red hair, and a hand-me-down robe? You must be a Weasley.
In the world of Harry Potter, there are many important characters that help Harry alongside his journey. However, some of the most beloved characters are all part of the same family, the Weasleys.
How many are there?
In total, there are 9. This group of 9 gingers are one of the most prominent pure-blood wizarding families, and whether it is because of the family's bravery or their extreme loyalty in times of need, this family has become a crucial part of the franchise. The Weasleys are composed of the strongest qualities one would hope to have in themselves: ambition, clever, cunning, and brave, to name a few. But what makes this family even more extraordinary is its members. We begin with the family's patriarch, Arthur. He's quite the funny man, completely invested in all things Muggle. That is a term for non-wizards. He works for the Ministry of Magic as head of Muggle artifacts, and knows a lot about their world, and is always tweaking their inventions. He's a dedicated father, as well as a powerful wizard, and works hard to support his family.
This morning, your sons flew that enchanted car of yours to Surrey and back last night.
Did you really? How'd it go?
Now on to Arthur's kind-hearted and loving...
Where have you been?
They were starving him, Mum.
wife, Molly Weasley. She is the matriarch of this family and runs it tightly knit. She's always taking care of her family and tries to keep them out of trouble. In addition to raising 7 brilliant wizards, she also took in Harry Potter as one of her own, even sending him Christmas sweaters. As an amazing motherly figure, she is also equally an extremely powerful witch, having bested one of the most powerful witches, Bellatrix Lestrange, in the Battle of Hogwarts. The Weasleys' eldest son is Cursebreaker Bill Weasley. He is arguably one of the most powerful members of the family, and in his time at Hogwarts, he was a prefect and head boy, which are 2 of the highest honors offered to students. Working as a Cursebreaker, he is highly remarked. This occupation is thought to be extremely dangerous, not only with its use of complex magic, but its close encounters with dark wizards and witches. The next eldest son is Charlie Weasley. Charlie is the only Weasley brother not to be portrayed in the movies, so we'll go with he looks like this. Charlie is a great lover of magical creatures, and after graduating from Hogwarts, he became a dragonologist. He spends a majority of his time at the Dragon Sanctuary in Romania. He specializes in the study of dragons, and dealing with one of the most powerful creatures in the wizarding world shows how greatly skilled he is. One of the lesser-liked Weasleys is Percy. Even though he obtained a majority of the positive Weasley values, Percy was almost too ambitious. He was strict to the rules, which eventually led him to the roles of prefect and head boy like his brothers before. However, his constant need to appease people eventually led him to being a bit corrupt and cutting ties with his family. However, he did redeem himself in the Battle of Hogwarts. Perhaps the opposite of Percy were the Weasley twins, Fred and George. Talented wizards if they ever put in any effort, Fred and George were troublemakers, always having a joke or prank in store. Their fast wit is what made them such favorite characters. The boys were well liked throughout the school to everyone except the teachers. They were the only Weasley boys to not become prefects or head boys, but that was the least of their concern. They opened up their very own business, Weasley and Weasley Joke Shop, which was a dream profession for them.
How much for this?
5 galleons.
How much for me?
5 galleons.
I'm your brother.
10 galleons.
The youngest son is Ron. Ron Weasley spent most of his life in hand-me-downs. This was no different when he started at Hogwarts and had to use his brother Charlie's wand for the first 2 years. When the wand finally gave and he got his new one, his skills improved at a much better pace. He was extremely brave and would do almost anything for his friends. He was also extremely wild at wizard's chess. He later went on to marry Hermione, one of the members of the Golden Trio that was comprised of him, Harry, and her. He also became a highly accomplished Aurora, which was essentially a wizard law enforcer or dark wizard catcher. Lastly, the youngest Weasley child is Ginny. Ginny is a tad shy, however, she's an extremely powerful witch and strong Quidditch player. Throughout the series, her fighting skills develop greatly and she can hold her own against any powerful wizard. She is also married to Harry Potter, officially tying him into the family. After graduating, she went on to play Quidditch professionally. Overall, the Weasleys are one of the most powerful families in the wizarding world and are not to be messed with. They will do anything for their family and will go out of their way to help others at any means. They also provided the franchise with much needed laughs and feel-good scenes. What I would do to be a part of this family is a whole nother topic.
Fred, you next. He's not Fred, I am. Honestly, woman, you call yourself our mother.
Oh, I'm sorry, George.
I'm only joking. I am Fred.